Good evening, students. How are you doing? I hope I'm audible. Okay, shall we start? Are you all ready? Yes, no? Can you raise the hands, please? Are you all ready with the machines? Great. That's so nice. Okay. So the thing is, what all things we have done up till now? Can anybody please write down in the chat? Or can anybody please tell me orally? Okay. So tell me, please. Or write it down in the chat. I don't mind. Okay, writing it down currently. Okay. I'm waiting for your answers. So we have done the data types, right? We have done how to give an identifier. In addition to that, have we used any type of system defined functions? Have we talked about any type of system defined functions up till now? Print function, have we talked about? What else? Input. What else? Do you remember type function? Yes or no? Okay, I'll repeat it quickly. By the way, I hope you know that these are the commands to install the Jupyter Lab and to open the Jupyter Lab. So I will copy and paste them one more time on the. Why so? Okay, fine. I hope I am audible enough. Okay, and I have added that, and we are going to start everything on the Jupyter Lab today. Is that okay? Yes? No? Okay, fine. Now here, this is the Jupyter. I will have to share the screen. I just forgot. So sorry. Okay. I hope my screen is shared now. Right? And I can go to the Jupyter Lab directly. Right? How did I do that? And how did we understand that last time? So we talked about pip install Jupyter Notebook, okay, Jupyter Lab, and then to start with Python-m Jupyter Lab on the command prompt. Fine, mine is already opened, so I'm going to write it down here. So I hope you remember that we talked about the various variables and various data types. Okay, so quickly I will talk about them. So we talked about the different data types. Okay, we spoke about the identifiers, and then I'll start with the today's presentation. I hope that's okay. So that will be a quick recap for all of you. Okay, so then we spoke about the different what system defined functions, right? And you are going to tell me in the chat that what all things we have done according to whatever I have written here: data types, identifiers, different system defined functions, etc. Okay, I am expecting you to write it down in the chat. That's why I'm writing it down over here. Okay. Then we spoke about what do we mean by idle, and the smart editor Jupyter. Sorry, Jupyter Notebook. Sorry. Right? In addition to that, how do we write down a simple program? So in the last tutorial, when the tutorial was conducted, okay, that time I suppose you must have written a few programs. For example, to find out the area of circle, okay, and maybe the area of what, the rectangle and square. And then I suppose one program was there on the students calculations of marks, right? So have you done them? Can you quickly tell me in the chat? I'm going to check the chat, don't worry, let me write it down. Students marks calculation I should write, to be very frank, to be precise. Calculation. Okay, so these things. By the way, we spoke about the various comments, right? Whatever I'm remembering, I'm just writing it down. And then we spoke about the single line and the multi-line comments too, right? So we spoke about all these things. Okay, now let me check your chat. What have you written? And then I can start. I hope that's okay for you all, right? Oh, no, I don't want only yes, ma'am. I want you to help me what all things we have done. So my screen is shared, right? I want to check it. Okay, so what all data types we have gone through? I don't want yes, ma'am, every time. What all data types can you please write down in the chat? Oh, we haven't done any data types. So we don't know. After the installation of what? Jupyter, we did what? What did you do? Ma'am, after installation of Jupyter, we did. What did you do? Why are you writing halfway? Type conversion in code. Okay. Okay. What else? So I'm asking you the questions on different data types, identifier, different system defined functions. So please let me know about that. Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. So what are the data types you have gone through? Have we talked about integer? Then float? Okay. String? Okay. Input method, fine. Okay. I'll write it down here. Print, input. I'm just writing it down, the things in front of that, what? In front of the headings, right? Then we spoke about type. Do you remember we have talked about type? No? Yes? Okay. I hope you know that whenever you want to go to the new cell in the Jupyter Notebook, you have to click on this. Okay. Rest of the things, obviously, you have to play with this particular Jupyter Notebook and you will come to know that how to do the things. Okay. So if suppose I am giving, say, A equal to 67, B equal to 34.2, and if I am giving C equal to, say, yeah, Python. Okay. Yeah. And if I'm writing it down, that A greater than B. Fine. And fine, I have done it. I'll need to execute it. For one, you got the output as true. Why is it like that? Because what is true? True is nothing but the bull. Okay. But rest of the things, how are you going to get the output? Whenever you are going to give it in the print bracket, right? So print B, then print C, right? And whenever I'm going to execute this, I'm going to get the output. In addition to that, if I say type of A, type of B, and type of C, And can I give here type of A greater than B? Let's execute. What would happen? At the most, what would happen? It will give me an error. Okay. Beyond that, nothing is going to happen. Okay. So it's going to give me only the value for the final thing. So now what changes I'll have to make? Let's see. Can you see that? So that's the difference. In the Jupyter notebook, whenever you want to do the things, let me type, huh? Okay. So whenever in the Jupyter notebook, you are going to say directly the function, fine. Then you will get the output of the last outcome or last command, whatever has been given by you. Now you can see the different data types. Can you see them? Int, float, str, and bull, right? So nobody has written bull in the chat. Why is it like that? Have you forgotten the bull data type? Okay. So these are the different functions. These are the different data types we have seen. In addition to that, we have done one more function, and that's nothing but the input. Oh, I'm sorry. Typo. Okay. So this is input. Now, when to use input? Can anybody please quickly type it down in the chat how to give input function? If I want to take the values of, fine, instead of values, value I will say, not plural, and I'll talk about singular. I want to take the value of the Python test marks, assuming that your test is conducted. Okay. And you have to write down, you have to accept the marks from the user. Okay. So I want you to write down the full statement. By the way, who is giving the answers? Only one student? What are other going to do? Yeah, only Ajay is typing everything. What all other people are doing? Haven't they understood? Can you please quickly write it down in the chat? Understood, not understood, not remembering, whatever. Why only Ajay? Ajay, that's so good that you are giving the answers. I'm very happy with you. How about others? I'm waiting for your answers. I'm not going to start the lecture until I get the proper answers. Vaishali, have you understood it? Okay. But then the thing is, you are not writing down anything in the chat. You aren't giving me the answers. How come I can say that you have understood? Others, at least Vaishali spoke, at least she entered something in chat. Okay. Okay, fine. So what am I going to give here? Suppose, have you done that program to accept the 3 subject marks from the student and then calculate the total and percentage? Have you done that program last time in the tutorial? Did you get time to do that? Okay, anyways, suppose I'm writing it down here, name. Okay, name would be integer. How should I write name? Am I supposed to write down integer here? I will write it down. Let me know in the chat. Input. Enter the name of the student. Okay. Then I want to enter what? Marks 1. Okay. These are the various identifiers I'm giving. Am I supposed to give here input, or am I supposed to give here something else? What should I give here? Enter the subject, first subject mark. Or first, fine, first Python test, assuming. STR. What do you mean by that? You can speak if you can, how I am speaking in the same manner. Okay. So if I give it like this, would my program give me the proper output which I'm expecting? What do you say? Until and unless you find out the errors in my program, I'm not going to tell you what would be correct and what would be wrong. Okay. So I'm going to write down here mark 1 plus mark 2 plus mark 3. Okay. Now, what are we doing here? For 2 minutes, just forget about the data type. First, we will understand how to take the input and how do we expect the output. Okay, just for 2 minutes, forget about data type. What are we supposed to do? Name is my input. Okay, because I am going to take it from the user. Then mark 1 would be my input. First test marks, I'm going to take it from the user. I'm not saying that whether it is correct or incorrect. I'm just telling you about what you mean by the input and output. Okay. Then mark 3 is also input. Here I'm going to write down, I have written total equal to mark 1 plus mark 2 plus mark 3. No, I want to print this total. And I'm going to write it down. Yeah, one more thing we understood last time. The backslash character constants, if you remember. Escape sequences. Okay. And they were nothing but /t and /n. So I had forgotten to type it down. So whatever we have done up till now, I'm just writing it down here in the chat, in the comments. Okay, I'll just go down. Fine. See, that is the advantage of this Jupyter notebook. What is the advantage? I can go up and down. I can make the changes easily. And as I get the different cells for all of them, it's easier for me to understand it, what to write it down. Okay. So I'm going to write down here total is total. And now I will execute. Now let me know whether will it give me the correct output. Okay, quickly tell me. Will you please mute yourself? Who has okay. I suppose you are crossing the road and you are not attending the lecture properly, because I can hear the voice sound of maybe the vehicles. Okay, anyways. So here, whenever you are talking about this name, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3, would this work? How many of you say yes, it will work? It will not give me. I'm not saying it will give me an error. Logically, how would it be correct? I'm talking about the logical execution and not about the syntactical. Syntactically, it must be correct. Okay. Only Piyush is saying yes. How about others? Others don't have any opinion. It combines the strings. Where? Yes, we need to know, because if suppose I'm taking mark 1, it has to be some integer or float, no? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. Whether syntactically it is wrong or right, I'm not asking. Whether logically it is correct or incorrect, that you please let me know. Yes, we need to consider the data type, obviously. Okay, fine. Others don't have any opinion, it seems. Okay, so I'll execute it. Okay, Ajay, thank you. Let's see. Thank you. At least you gave the answer. I'm happy. Okay, now it is asking me enter the name of the student. So fine, I'm going to enter my name. Fine, enter the first test marks. So I'll say, oh, what is this? Pending input. What pending input I have not given? Okay, let's see. Why is it giving me like this? Fine. 34. What happened? Okay, fine. Then I'm giving 78. I'm assuming that they are out of 100. Huh? I have not decided that. And then now I'm giving 23. Random numbers I'm giving. Okay, what did it do? Addition of 34, 78, 23 is 34, 78, 23. Ajay, you are right. Okay, others, is this the correct output? What should be the correct total? It should be 34 plus 78 plus 23, right? What did it do? It did the concatenation of the whatever the values I have taken. So is it correct? Taking the concatenation. Concatenation means what? Combining the values together, having, to be very frank, no meaning. So when I took the name Madhavi, fine, that's not a problem at all. Okay, but when it took that those values of first test, third, second test, third test, they were totally wrong. Syntactically they are correct, but logically they are wrong, because the marks won't be entered in characters, and they Python considered it as the string or the character. What should I do here? I should give here this one. Okay, now total is just a minute. Just a minute, huh? Let's see. What does it give? Okay. Can you see here the addition of now obviously I have to give here total marks of name Madhavi, so I have to adjust that the column, the sorry, the identifier and the values properly. Okay, but now have you got the correct output at least? Now is it giving you 34, 56, 89? It is giving you the correct output. So were we expecting the same output? Yes. So what did we do? And what had we done? Here we had not given int. Okay, data type wasn't given by us. So that's why here it had taken it as string, right? And then because of that, it took it as, it had taken it as the string. So now I hope you understood what do you mean by that. Now input using input function, okay, along with the data types. Okay, any doubts? Got it? Any problem?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ बोलो.
मैम एक्चुअली जब हमने ये यूज किया है इनपुट मेथड को डायरेक्टली यूज किया है विदाउट डेटा टाइप्स के, तो ये डिफॉल्टली स्ट्रिंग वैल्यूज को लेता है क्या?
लेता है वो बाय डिफॉल्ट स्ट्रिंग लेता है until and unless आप उसको टाइपकास्ट ना करो इंटीजर के साथ या फ्लोट के साथ या किसी और डेटा टाइप के साथ रादर.
ओके,
इसीलिए तो मुझे आपको फर्क समझाना था, इसीलिए आई हैव रिटन इट लाइक दिस. बाय द वे स्टूडेंट्स, मैं बीच में थोड़ा सा हिंदी बोलूंगी क्योंकि मुझे अगर कोई हिंदी में क्वेश्चन पूछेगा तो मुझे हिंदी में जवाब देना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो प्लीज आपको उतना हिंदी, मतलब आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट यू विल नो दैट मच हिंदी. ओके, because it's not a foreign language anymore. Okay, so we are talking about this type of program and we understood that. Okay, so any more doubts? Anybody wants to ask anything, write it down. I will wait for a minute, no problem. Anybody wants to ask anything to me, or everybody has got this? Okay, fine, no problem. So we spoke about all these things. Idle, I didn't speak about it today because we have talked about it in 2-3 sessions. So, but then Smart Editor, Jupyter Notebook, simultaneously we are doing it. Identifiers, we are doing it, and we will do it. Simple program to calculate students' marks total. Okay, we did it. Okay, single line comment and multi-line comment. Yes, single line comment we did. Multi-line comment, I can give you the reminder of it. That's not a problem. Oh, sorry. Okay, so these are the multi-line comment. Now, whenever I'm going to execute this, either you give three single quotes or 3 double quotes. It's not going to give me any problem. Okay, so I'll say ABC. I'll give the marks. Oh. I didn't give it correctly, that's why. Fine. Okay, because I had not given it correctly. Okay, and you can see the output here. Got it? Okay. And if suppose you give it in the C, but it didn't execute that. Okay, and if suppose I give it like this, then also would be okay. Okay, so that was just the revision we did. Now I can start with the today's session. Is that okay? Do you want to say anything? Or understood today's thing, whatever we have started with? Okay, fine, good. Okay, so we're going to start with this. I hope my screen is shared and you can see this. So we are going to talk about the Python variables or the identifiers. Okay, so what is a variable, how to declare? Actually, we have done it. Some of the things, if we have not done them, because they automatically came across us. If suppose we couldn't have done this, then maybe we wouldn't have understood how to write down a program, simple program and all. Okay, but yes, there must be some things that we must have not touched upon, so we can have a look at them. Okay, so what is a variable name? It is used to refer to a memory location. So if you remember, I had given you the example that if suppose there is a compartment, your college is about to get started and you want to keep your things, okay, notebooks, pen, maybe compass, or maybe whatever the number of things whichever you have, okay, you want to keep them together, then you will be getting one compartment, one drawer of your table or something like that. So that is a memory location where you are keeping all the things, right? So variable is also a type of, suppose how I took now mk1 name. Before that, I had talked about A, B, C. Okay, so they were the variables, and they were referring to some memory location. So Python variable is also known as identifier. So I use those terms interchangeably, if you remember. Okay, if you have seen, as and when you are going to see, please have the habit. Whenever you feel across, okay, this thing I'm not understanding, write it down in the, maybe if you are attending it from mobile, or whether you are attending it from your machines, okay, or you are attending only with your notebook and pen, okay, write it down somewhere in the notebook or maybe in the mobile, in the reminders, or in the laptop, in the notepad file, and have a habit of searching it on your own in Google. Okay, Google it. Have the habit of Googling it. What would happen, you would come across lots of other things automatically along with whatever you are reading. Okay, and then you will come across, you will you will understand many other things in addition to whatever you were searching for. And one more thing is there. I must have told you about stackoverflow.com last time, whether I had or I hadn't, I don't remember. Okay, but stackoverflow.com, you always, if suppose you come across any error, copy and paste it in the Google search engine or any search engine for that matter, and you will get one of the website with Stack Overflow. Have the habit of seeing what were the questions that were asked by the people in the past and what were the answers given by the other people. It's a community. Okay, and they're helping each other over there. Most of you must be knowing about it. But if you suppose don't know, please have the habit. Okay, so in Python we don't need to specify the type of variable because it is infer language and smart enough to get the variable type. It's known as dynamism. Okay, so variable names can be a group of both the letters and digits. So we are going to talk about that. We hadn't talked about it. So if I speak that Rahul and Rahul, okay, so one is capital case, other is small case. They are two different variables. So declaring variables and assigning the values. So if I'm talking about a equal to 100, okay, so the variable refers to the integer object where the 100 value has been stored in that particular a, and for that we write down equal to that we have talked about. Okay, so variables are a symbolic name that is a reference or pointer to an object. Fine. What are the things we have done? I'll just go quickly ahead so that we can cover more syllabus. No, if suppose we know the things, why to? Because these PowerPoint presentations, you can see them later also. If suppose if I have discussed the things already, then we can cover some more things later. So here we talked about Python. Yeah, I just forgot to ask you about interpreter and compiler. So we talked about interpreter. So I gave you the different examples also. For example, if suppose I know German and suppose there is somebody who wants to know the other person whatever is talking in German, maybe I can convert it to English and I can tell that person that okay, he is saying something like this and you have to do this thing so that this work, the task could be done. Okay, so that is statement by statement. Whenever we just get it verified, okay, um, that is done by Python interpreter. Okay, and it is a highly object-oriented programming language. That's why every data item belongs to specific type of class. That's why when I gave type A, it gave me class int, or when I gave name, it could have given me if I could have asked it. Okay, then class str, because everything is written uh, in terms of the classes, all those data types, and it's highly object oriented programming language. Okay, so we have spoken about it. We have spoken about type this just before some time. Okay. So it is used to identify the object identifier. So here different examples have been given. Print ID of A. Okay. If suppose A of 100, just a minute, my headphone has come out. Yeah. So if I'm talking about A equal to 100, I'll just execute this. Give me 1 minute. Suppose I have given this, right? If you remember, I think I had variable as A. Can you see that? So this is the thing that has been given here. Okay. So every created object identifies uniquely in Python, and it provides a guarantee that no two objects will have the same identifier. So this is all about the identifier. So how do we give the variable names? Okay. So the variable names can be given as, say, name equal to Devansh, okay, age equal to 20, marks are 80.50, 80.50, okay. And in addition to that, we can give it in this manner also. So these are the variables, we can give them in this particular manner. So here it's written, in this example, we have declared a few valid variable names. But it is not recommended because when we try to read a code, it may create a confusion. Okay, but yes, we can give it like this. So small case name with one capital case letter name with inside one capital case letter, all caps, okay, with underscore in the beginning, okay, then underscore in the end, then underscore in the beginning and end, and giving the digits, integers between the variable name. But please keep it in mind, we are not allowed to give the integer or digits in the beginning of that particular variable name. Okay, so suppose if I give a no sorry 1ab and I will say 56, I'll try to execute this, it will give me an error. Syntax error, invalid decimal literal. Now, what would I do, you know? I'm just going to copy it and fine, no problem. I will write it down here. See, the second is Stack Overflow. Understanding invalid decimal literal. Okay. And then it is giving me the explanation. That's what I was asking you to have the habit of checking. Okay. So, sorry. Is anybody talking to me? Okay, fine. So variable names cannot start with a digit or a number. Okay, then Python identifiers cannot start. So for this simple error, there is a solution in the Stack Overflow. Okay, so please have the habit of doing this. So that's what I was trying to tell you, that such type of variable name is not allowed. But if I say AB equal to 56, it would be allowed. Okay, it would not print it because I haven't said it, no, that print it, or maybe haven't I written that okay, now it would. So here whenever you are printing, you can give it with print or you can give it like this. But suppose I told you last time also that if suppose you have 2-3 variable names and you all of them you gave it like this without print, then the priority has been given to the latest one, to the recent one, so its output would be displayed. Okay, so that's about how to define the variable names. So here it's written, for example, value of variable, etc., name of student. Okay, so this is a camel case. But see, this programming language doesn't ask you to go for only camel case or Pascal case or maybe snake case. Okay, this programming language is so we can say open that way that it allows you to give the variable names. But yeah, whenever you go to companies and all, and whenever you do programming, rather development, okay, there are certain rules. They tell you in the beginning that whenever you are writing down the code, you have to go ahead with this type of case, because that code has to be properly written, because then it would be verified by the testers. There shouldn't be any problem while checking it by those people, okay, by anybody from the project group, maybe not only the testers. Okay, so that's why some rules are followed by the people in the company. Fine. Then there are multiple assignments are allowed. Okay, so Python allows us to assign a value to multiple variables in a single statement, which is known as multiple assignment. So if I am talking about x equal to y equal to z equal to 1025. So here, if I am going to say this, sorry. Okay, and then after that, just a minute. Print, say A and print, say B. I want to print these two. Can you see that? So at a time, the same value has been assigned to A, or A and B and C. Okay, or even assigning multiple values to multiple variables. So if I am saying again, say x comma y comma z equal to 20, 30 and 40. Okay, and then I'll write it down, print X, Y, Z. I hope you remember this. R, X, Y, Z. Oh, I'm sorry. Hmm? Fine. Let's see. Can you see that? So in this manner, you can give those particular values. Fine. So this is very important to understand these two things. The difference between these two things, rather. Fine. Okay. Have you asked any questions in the chat? Any questions to anybody? I will wait for a minute. Do let me know if there are any questions. Everybody is getting it surely. Mm. Okay. Others, at least you can tell me that if there are any questions, you are not able to give the correct answers to me. That's I understood. Means you are not practicing. It is not good at all. You need to practice a lot. Please keep it in mind. Right? Okay. Any more questions to anybody? Okay, Batmesh, you PPT how to find the notes. Uh, there must be a link shared with you all. Faza ma'am, can you please tell them if you are there in the meeting?
Mom, I think it is shared in the group and it's there in the website as well.
Yeah, that's what I felt so.
Yeah.
You can check the website and please, or later on you can ask in the group, and the concerned person will reply to you. I hope that's okay, Dharmendra. Okay, Batmesh, you are asking me something, or you understood you meant to say? Okay, fine. You can write it down in the chat. I don't mind at all. I'll check the chat in 2 minutes. Okay. Okay. So no problems. That's what I wanted to ask you up till now, right? So just a minute. Okay. So the variable types are, so this is very important. Variable types are local and global. Okay. Now, please keep it in mind. Suppose, say, give me 1 minute. I'll tell you in some other manner. Let me just write once. Mm, mm. Oh, it is not SQRT. Just a minute. Oh my. Oh, sorry. Understood. Got it. Just a minute. Okay. Now, what did I do? I'll just let you know what did I do, and then we will talk about that local and global in this context. Okay. Now here, what did I do? Import math. Now, what is this known as? Obviously, we are going to talk about those libraries things later. That's not a problem. So this is a library that I am trying to import. No need to, I'm trying to. Okay. That has been imported. So library imported. Okay. So what library has been imported? It is math. Okay. What all functions are there in math? There are the different functions like mean, then how to find out the deviation, then maybe median, in addition to that square root, in addition to that cube, square, etc. Okay. Now, why are they not there in Python itself? Because if they are the part of Python, like how we are using type, print, input, int, float for that matter. Okay, then Python would be bulky. The Python programming language would be bulky. What is happening today? You can have Python Python what package, okay, or maybe app, we can say, on mobile. We can use it on any operating system. Okay, so it is very easily transformable or transferable from one machine to another. Okay, so that's why some libraries have been used by this Python. Some you have to install from outside. So if you remember last time Jupyter Lab we had installed. Okay, but there is no need to install math, or there is no need to install random. Okay, we'll be using it as the time comes. Fine, because they are the part of Python programming. Now, this is about the library. Fine. What did I do here? I said x equal to math.sqrt. I'm asking it to use this math library and find out the square root of 9 for me. And then when I gave print x, it gave me 3.0. Okay. Now, this import math, I can give it here also. So if I write it down, import math. Okay. And then I will write it down. Y equal to, let me check. Just a minute. You can see here seal, copy sign. Okay, we will not talk about copy sign and fabs and factorial, because we are going to write down the programs on this Fibonacci number, or maybe the factorial or something like that. Seal and floor we can talk about. Okay, so if suppose I give here seal of 34.7. Okay, print. Oh, print. Well, what am I doing? Okay, and then I will try to execute this. What happened? Oh, so sorry. Again and again I'm doing the same mistake. I should write math.seal. Okay, and I can see here 34.7 seal. Seal means ceiling value, upper value. It is showing me here. Fine. Now what am I going to do is I will delete this particular. Fine. And now I will try to execute this. It worked, but maybe it may not work somewhere else. Let me try floor of 34.2. It will give me error surely, don't worry. Let it give me the error, I don't mind. Name floor is not defined. Okay, now what am I trying to tell you is, whenever you are using that particular import math or any that variable, now whenever I'm talking about these libraries which are used by using import, or whether I'm using certain variable here in that particular cell, or if I use it outside. Okay, so whenever I'm going to make use of it inside that particular cell, okay, then its scope would be with respect to that particular cell only. But if I write it down on the top, okay, and then I want to use that particular variable, say my variable is capital A and capital B. Okay, and suppose if I write down something related to that capital A plus B, okay, in the later cell, it would be that whatever the values of A and B have been given, okay, would be taken into consideration. So inside the cell, whenever you are going to give that particular values to those variables, that would be local, and whenever you give it on the top, okay, then that would be global. Okay, but we will do it surely in a proper manner when we are going to talk about the loops. We will understand it in a better manner. Okay. And why did I tell you about those libraries? Those libraries also you can give them locally and globally. So as and when we are going to go ahead with the libraries or various identifiers that are given outside the loop, inside the loop, we will understand this local and global variable. But surely we will understand it when we are going to do the loops. But here the example has been given, but you may not understand it. That's why I was trying to tell you in a different manner. Okay, but yes, as the example is given, I will just let you know. Now, example of a local variable. Okay, now here def add. We spoke about the system defined functions, that is print, type, input, etc. Those were the system defined function. What is this? This is my function add. Such type of function is not there, at least in normal Python. It's there in NumPy and all. Okay, but it's not there in the normal Python programming whenever we are doing. Fine. Or suppose I have got the function as mult, M-U-L-T. Okay, multiply. Such type of function is not there. Means I gave my own function. This is known as the user defined function. Okay, so inside that user defined function, whenever I am giving a equal to 20, b equal to 30, c equal to a plus b. Okay, here they have been defined locally. It is inside. But no, I felt that I'm going to make use of some more variables, maybe over the period of time. Okay, but I want to use them in any function whichever I'm going to give. I might give function as add, I might give function as subtract, I might give the function as multiply, I might give the function as divide. Why should I give the variables inside then? I will give this a equal to 20, b equal to 30 in the beginning. Okay, here somewhere before my function is given, wherever that a and b are required by whichever function they would be used. That time it is known as global global definition of the variable. Okay, otherwise it is local. That's what I said, that it will be too early for you to understand, but surely we will take this type of example it. I hope you got it to some extent. Okay, to some
What,
extent,
ma'am?
I hope you got it. Yes, I hope so. You said yes, I hope so. Okay, others can also write it down in the chat. I don't mind. Okay. So here globally has been given, which I told you. So if suppose there is a function, say main function. Okay, there is one more function has been given. Suppose main function one, assuming. Okay, this is the main function definition, and this is called definition of the function and calling a function. Fine. So if suppose this main function is there and there is one more function written def main function one, and that main function is called and main function one is also called, and if I have used x equal to 101 in both the functions, then this global value would be of some use. The same value of 101 would be applicable in both the functions. Okay, so okay, so there is a delete keyword also. So if suppose I want to delete a variable, I'll just show you, just a minute. Now, by the way, I'm going to take 15-20 minutes extra. Is that okay today? So here if I say a equal to 90, I just wanted to check whether I have a variable or not. So if I write here a, del a, okay, it must have been deleted. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Can you see that? Name a is not defined because it has been deleted. Fine. So this was about the variables. Fine. And we got it. So are there any doubts? No doubts, right? So can I go
Ma'am,
ahead with some? Bolo Ajay. Tell me.
in previous example, we used global X, and below that we used another X variable and write something in double quotes. So
Okay.
which X will be called there?
If suppose you are writing it down inside the function and you are what trying to print the value of that inside the function itself, then the local one. If suppose you are going to print the value outside the function, then global one.
Ma'am, it was the example of your slide that was previous.
Yes, yes, just a minute. I'll open that. This one.
Yes, ma'am.
So here x equal to 101, right?
Okay.
And here I'm talking about x equal to 101 global x and then print x, printing a global variable. Now modifying a global variable. So here, whenever I am talking about this globally given and this one you are talking about, it would be welcome to ISM. But whenever I'm talking about x equal to 101, here, okay, when the main function is called, then it would be taking it as global one.
Okay.
Okay. So now, yes, but surely we will do this type of thing in the loops itself. We don't have to wait until the user defined function. But yes, that what understanding that idea is right at this place. Okay. So let me go ahead with some of the things. Now, there are certain relational operators. Okay, I will just tell you about them, and then I will not talk about the other operators at this moment, because that particular that particular session would happen. Fine, but currently I'm talking about only the relational operators. Can you tell me, or do you know about the relational operators in any other programming language or something?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, yeah. So what are they?
Ma'am, less than and greater than signs, and double equals to, we can say,
Yes.
comparison operator also.
Yes. Right. Perfect. Who is that? Ajay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. So अब मैं मतलब आवाज पहचानने लगी हूँ. So that's good. That's good. I'm saying for myself. So pat on my back. Okay. So I'm talking about greater than. So by the way, I would like to what recognize. I would like to recognize the voices of other students also. So I don't mind recognizing your voices also. So is that okay if you also speak? The others also speak. Make this session interactive, yeah. You can speak, at least you can chat, you can ask the doubts. The doubts should come to you all. Then only you will learn more and more. That's what I feel. Huh? Yes or no? What do you feel? Hmm? Others don't want to say anything. Okay. A few more are trying to say. Okay, no problem. Fine. So relational operators are nothing but greater than equal to, less than, uh, less than equal to, and please have the habit of giving it like this. Okay. Sorry. And then equal to, equal to, and then not equal to. I hope I gave all. Okay. So these are the relational operators. Now I'm just asking you, if I give here a equal to b, is it a relational operator? What do you say? A equal to b is a relational, assuming a and b values have been given. Is a equal to b a relational operator? No, it is the assignment operator. Oh, sorry. Okay, please keep it in mind. But if I say a equal to b, yes, it is the relational operator. So what do we mean by the relational operators? they maintain or they allow us, oh, I'm so sorry, to maintain the relationship between more than one variable. Okay, or expression also for that matter. Okay, so let me take it down. Either I can give the two comments or I can give a single comment, multi-line comment. Okay, so relational operators allow us to maintain the relationship between more than one variable. Okay, or expression. Now, what do you mean by that? Okay, if I'm going to say I'll need to give the values of A and B, otherwise it will give me the error if I execute it. So A I have deleted already. So I will give it again. If you remember, I had deleted A here, right? So A won't be there now. I'm saying A equal to 10, B equal to 20. I know A is lesser than B, but still. Okay. Okay. A equal to B. A greater than B. A less than B. A greater than equal to B. A less than equal to B. A. And I hope you understood now. If I give A, this type of A, capital A, it will tell me that this A is not found. Why? Because that hasn't been defined by me. At least I'm not remembering. Okay, not here. Okay, so A not equal to B. Fine. So whenever I'm going to execute this, it is going to give me the output of the final one that I told you. So what would I do here? I'll complete the brackets, don't worry. Okay, what would be the output? The output would be a number or a something else. Let me know quickly until I type it down. What would be the output? Output would be a number or something else. Right, bull. Okay, it would be boolean every time. Okay, so here, oh, what happened? Just a minute. I made a mistake here. Pretty. Oh. Okay. A equal to B. Just a minute. I'll not give this, otherwise my whole thing would go. Just a minute. I'll talk about that later. Fine. I'll execute it now. You can see here A equal to 10, B equal to 20. Print A equal to B. False. Is 10 equal to 20? No, it's false. 10 greater than 20? No, false. 10 less than 20? Yes, true. Okay. Is 10 greater than or equal to 20? False. Is 10 less than or equal to 20? One of the condition is true. Now here, what is happening? Either it is equal to, either it is less than or equal to. Either it is not equal to, I meant to say, either it is not equal to or equal to, that way. Okay, so that's why here it is giving me true. Otherwise, everywhere it's at all places except this. Okay, it is giving me false. Here, please keep it in mind, either of the condition would get executed. Okay, so here whenever I'm giving A less than B, it's straight. Why either of the condition? Because only one condition is given, that is less than. But whenever I am saying greater than equal to, means two conditions are there, either greater than or equal to. Whenever I am saying less than equal to, means either less than or equal to. Whenever I am saying not equal to, means either not equal to or equal to. Okay, so that's why it's giving me the output like this. Okay, I was telling you about the, I hope you understood this much. So the relational operators work like this. Okay, I spoke to you all, and I then I removed that. Say if I say a equal to b and print a, because it, if I could have given it here, you know, sorry, if I would have given it over here, the value would have changed. If I say equal to b here itself, then a would also be b, sorry, 20. So whatever I have given in the on the top, 10 and 20, they would have been both 20, 20. And then all the things whatever I have given below may not have executed how I wanted, because I wanted to show you the relational operators. So now if I say print a, you can see b's value is assigned to a, and you can see the value of a is 20. So what I want to say, this is the assignment operator and not the relational operator, but this is these are the relational operators. Now why I'm talking about this? Because we are going to talk about the conditions now. Once we understand the structured programming, okay, now please keep it in mind, whenever you are doing any type of programming, there are three concepts. We can say structured or procedure oriented. Let it be structured only. Okay. Just a minute. No, we will not talk about that. Here, the sequential programming. Whenever I'm talking about the structured programming or the procedure oriented programming, there are three types of concepts: sequential, then we have got conditional, and iteration, iteration. Okay, so sequential is whatever we have done, the program here. If you remember this program, the code which we wrote, this is sequential. Whenever we wrote this was sequential because there were no conditions. Okay, I didn't say that if this happens, then do this, otherwise do that. Okay, but after doing sequential programming, the conditional programming is better to know, because we would be able to give the conditions here. Okay, and the conditions are nothing but when we are going to write it down. Okay, that is the if condition. Okay, so why there is a need of if condition? Now we need to understand, if suppose I am using a Google map and I am traveling on the road, if there is one road going on the flyover, and one road is going towards left hand side in the city, and later on I want to just take a right and then go to the right hand side, some village or some city is there, and I want to go there. Obviously I will not go from the flyover. Okay, I will go from the left hand side, and then maybe below flyover, from the below side of the flyover, I can go to the another village or another city. What is this I'm talking about? I have two roads in front of me, either on the flyover or on the from the left hand side, or if there can be two roads, either left hand side or right hand side. And then I will look at the Google map, and Google map is telling me, no, you have to take turn to the right, and then I'm going to go to the right hand side. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the condition. If suppose I want to go to this particular location, then you need to take right. If you want to go to some another location, you need to take left. After 12th also, you must have done the same thing. If suppose my CET marks were like this and my 12th percentage was like this, okay, I would take admission in engineering, otherwise I'll go for this or I'll go for that course. So such type of, whenever conditions are there, okay, in front of you, we need to apply the if condition. Okay, so how is if condition syntax? If I'm going to write down the syntax now, huh? So this won't work. If condition colon, okay, statement that way. So obviously this is not executable because such type of things are not allowed. So I will write it down here. Syntax. I will just take this much and then I will stop so that it will not be too much for you. Okay. So please have the patience of for some time. Okay. So syntax of if condition. Okay. So so here I'm going to write it down. Now, if suppose I say I have a if suppose I say if a greater than 0, what that number would be? If a is greater than 0, then what is that number would be? What would be that number? The value of a greater than 0, what is that number known? Positive, negative, even, odd, Fibonacci, factorial, कुछ तो बोलो यार. Okay, so you didn't understand the question or what? Okay, so I'm going to write it down here. Print. Give me one. I'm not giving anything. I'm just giving this much. Let me complete this. It is a positive number. Okay. Okay, let me run. Let me execute it. Okay. What value it has taken? Now you will understand what is global and local. Okay. If suppose I write it down here, what was the value of A here? What is the value of A?
20.
What is it? 20, right? Now, whenever I am giving 20 greater than 0, it is a positive number. Okay. Now, what is it? So that was global and now this is local. A equal to -4. I change the value of A. If A greater than 0, it is a positive number. Is it a positive number? -4?
No.
No, it is not. Right? So it gave me, it is obviously, it didn't give me anything and it is a positive number, didn't get executed because that condition. Now, what is happening here? The condition is getting, it is checking whether the condition is getting fulfilled or not. Okay. So whenever I'm saying A equal to -4, how is it going to understand? How Python is going to understand? Is -4 greater than 0? No, obviously not. Print, it is a positive number. Okay, I understood it is a positive number. But as this particular condition is not fulfilled, okay, this it is not going to, sorry, it is not going to print this. Fine. But suppose if I don't know whether I have, okay, I'll give the value as P. And if I say, no, I will not give anything. Wait. Okay. If I write it down, if P greater than 0, print it is a positive number. Let's see. Name P is not defined. Means what? The definition of the variable or identifier, rather I meant to say the assignment. Firstly, definition and then assignment has to be done by a user or a developer. Okay, so I hope you understood when do you get what output. Okay, now I will give here something, say P equal to 10. Okay, now can you check it? Can you see it? It is a positive number. P greater than 0, it is a positive. No, but I want to go for the negative number also, right? I want to go for it. So how am I going to give? If P, fine, I have given that. Just let me check it. Okay, 0. Print, it is P is positive. else print P is negative. Okay, fine. Let's execute this. It took the value which has been given on the top. Okay, so it is saying P is positive. Okay, now is it necessary every time I have to take the values that are static? No, not at all. So what will I do? I will say P equal to int of input of. Okay, so until then, until I write it down, let me know in which problem statements you would use the such type of conditions. Write it down in one statement. The simple problem statement. For example, here we are finding out whether the number is positive or negative, right? In the same manner, in which type of problem statements you would use such type of conditions. Okay, quickly write it down in the chat. Until then, I'll complete this. Okay, I'll execute it. Until then, you can type it down simultaneously. I don't mind at all. Okay, so I'll say enter the value for P. I will say minus 56. P is negative. Okay, but if I'm saying, say 90. Oh, sorry, huh? 90. What happened? Okay, it will give me P is positive. Got it? So in this manner, we can write down the condition. Now, one thing I didn't tell you, you continue writing down the things in the chat. Okay, and simultaneously you can listen to me. Okay, we should be a multifaceted personality. We should try the 2-3 things together. We can do that much. Fine. Can you check this? This is something different this time. Okay, this is known as a indentation operator, and I hope we had talked about it in one of the lecture. Indentation operator. Why there is a need of this indentation operator? Because whenever I am going to give, now currently my conditions are very, very easy. But if suppose I write down nested if inside if I write down this condition if inside a loop, okay, then I want to give proper scope. I want to write it down according to the proper scope that this print P is positive, this print P is negative, is inside this if, and this print P is negative is inside this else. I want to arrange it properly. For that, this indentation operator plays a very important role in the conditions, loops, and some more things, even for that matter in the user defined functions also. Okay, so it will arrange your code in such a way that we will come to know that okay, this particular statement is a part of this, and this particular statement is a part of this. Okay, that much you keep it in mind for the indentation operator. One more thing you might have come across maybe as a doubt, maybe do you need to give the bracket? Yes, you can give the bracket, or you may not give the bracket, but please have the habit. If suppose you are giving a few more conditions or 2 or more conditions, okay, say q what greater than 2, something like that. Okay, we have not talked about and, but this is the logical operator that we will talk later. Okay, so we will not take that much leap at this moment. But if suppose you are giving one or more condition, then yes, you please give the brackets. What is the use of bracket, that we will see later. But currently, if suppose you don't give the bracket, then also it's okay when single condition is there. Okay, I hope you understood this much. Okay, let me check the. Oh, okay, in voting criteria, right? Yes. Defining grades in exam, right? Where else? Even or odd? if the number is even or number is odd. Right? Where else? Suppose I am buying something from the say what? No, it's okay. Not buying. If suppose there is a supplier and there is a shopkeeper and he wants to calculate whether there is a profit or loss. Okay, then that time also we can talk about such type of conditions, right? Yes or no? Okay, so in such cases we can make use of the conditions. Okay, so that's it for today. I've just started with the if condition so that whenever we will be meeting again, you will be able to understand the later part, and maybe you can start thinking about it. ऐसा होता है ना कि कुछ आपको एक दिमाग में डाल दो तो आप उसके बारे में बार बार सोचोगे तो आपको ऑटोमेटिकली उसके बारे में और चीजें याद आने लगेगी. यू विल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग. यू माइट लुक एट द रियल लाइफ प्रॉब्लम्स कि फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज मेरा अभी बैंक का बैलेंस है से 15,000 और मुझे बैंक ने बोला है कि नो सपोज आई हैव अ बैलेंस एज 8,000 एंड बैंक हैज आस्क्ड मी टू कीप मिनिमम 5,000. फाइन. And if I try to retrieve say 7K, obviously it will not be allowed for me, right? So there also some conditions would come. So as a real life problems also you will come across. Fine. Then credit and debit you can talk about. I told you that profit and loss. Okay, I told you about even or odd. So such type of problems whenever or when Ajay has suggested us about the voting criteria, if your age is greater than 18, or for that matter, whenever you want to apply for the license, right? Then your age should be greater than 18, otherwise you will not be getting it, etc., etc. Defining grades in examinations. Fine. So whenever such type of problems come, we can try the if condition. So we will continue with this particular thing. So what I want is next time whenever we are going to meet, that time I want you to tell me, each one of you, one problem statement based on if. Would you please do that? You can search it on Google. You can see its logic. I don't mind at all. I want just a problem statement. मुझे कोई आपसे कोड नहीं चाहिए. I want a problem statement. तो हमारे पास एक बड़ा सा क्वेश्चन बैंक बनेगा. और if suppose you come across that problem statement, आपको कोड भी दिख जाए तो देख लो, समझने की कोशिश करो. It will increase your logic building, no? It won't be a harm at all, right? Okay, so any more doubts today, or can we close the meeting? Are there any doubts? No, right? Okay. So thank you very much. So I hope you all learned a lot of things today. Yes or no? Quickly give me yes or no in the chat. Others don't want to type anything, right? Only Ajay wants to type. It's good for him actually. That's good for me also. That at least one person is giving me the response. Others don't want to respond me at all. Respond to me at all. एटलीस्ट ऐसा बोलने के बाद तो मुझे रिस्पॉन्ड करो यार. ओके, चलो, थैंक यू वेरी मच. फैजा मैम, डू यू वांट टू से एनीथिंग?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so can we close the meeting? Students, bye. Have a nice time. And do have a good coding. Do a good coding also. Okay? Chalo, bye. See you next time.